Hey, Student Success! Welcome to week 5 of the summer semester. We are now officially halfway through our course. I hope you all had a nice holiday weekend. We're going to jump in, as I said, to week 5, which runs from July 5th through the 11th. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. We're going to get started. So in week 5, this is based on chapter 11. So we'll talk about chapter 11 here in just a minute. And you have 2 assignments this week. And this is going to be the first time that you're having a week with no discussion forum. So that's not what you're used to. So how this works is you have 2 assignments. Those will both be due on Sunday. And if you submit both of those, you automatically get 100% attendance. Now, if you only submit one, you get 50% attendance. And then obviously, if you do not submit any, you get marked completely absent for the week. So you just want to make sure that you submit both assignments by Sunday to get that 100% attendance score. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Get into the materials folder, and you can see here we're going to have a chapter 11 link. There is no PowerPoint that goes with this chapter, so I'm just going to use the textbook link to go over it. And there's a couple other resources that have to do with the concept of chapter 11. So chapter 11 is about taking control of your finances, and this is one of those chapters where I like to say, based on where you are in your life, go to what is going to make most sense to you. For instance, if you are still in high school, some of this may not apply to you as much as if you're already, in your 30s or 40s or wherever you are in your life with kids and a career or whatnot. So just kind of really pay attention to what you need. But I also really do believe that this is one of these chapters that no matter where you are in your life, you could pick something up from it, because financial management is something that has to evolve constantly as you evolve, as your family changes, as your needs change. So it's something that you still have to think about. So it's not just one of those things where once you hit, 21 or 25 or whatever, it's golden. You always have to kind of be thinking about your finances. And especially as a student now, how are you financing and paying for your college? So as always, there's a quick little, self-assessment. How do you feel about your current attitudes and knowledge about this score, your financial scoring, your financial knowledge, so to speak? Where do you want to go and what are you wanting to focus on? And so this is going to talk to you about, financial issues. And this is going to really introduce it as, if you're a new student, if you're a younger student, here's maybe some issues that are going to occur for you. If you are non-traditional, meaning you're a little bit older, maybe you already have a family, you've come back to college for a second time or third time, here might be some of the struggles. So again, it kind of hits on everyone, certain areas of this. So the next section talks about financial goals and realities, and just taking a minute to think about, what are your financial goals? What do you want to do with your finances in a year, in 5 years? How is your career going to help you meet those financial goals? So it's important to really be thinking about your financial goals and how you are currently working toward those. And so this will also talk about, the difference and the balance between making more, spending less, and how you kind of walk that line. The next section talks about making money. So for some of you, it might be practical to have a job while you're going to college. For some of you, it might not be. For some of you, having a part-time or a student job is more applicable to your lifestyle. So you want to kind of look and see what can you be doing as a college student, or maybe you've already come into college, in a particular path. So just knowing about your options while you're attending school and making sure that you are, again, aiding that financial goal with that job throughout your college career. So this talks about, again, that this brings up student jobs, this brings up where to find a job. So lots of just different information about working in particular, and then how to balance. You might be in a job right now, but you might be working to go into your career, because there are key differences between a job and a career. Oftentimes people have jobs, it's just to make money, pay the bills. But if you're here at Stark State, you're working to have a career, something that is going to hopefully be long lasting, that you're going to get satisfaction out of, as well as paying the bills. So, kind of balancing between those worlds. All right, the next section is going to talk about spending less, which I think in a way a lot of us could benefit from, just kind of looking and seeing, where could I spend less? If you have never done something like this, the where does the money go? This is like a financial analysis. I do this every once in a while. Even now, like I work full time. My husband is a stay-at-home dad, and we have 3 kids. So every once in a while, I will do like a financial analysis on ourselves. I'll look at a month's worth of transactions and look to see where are we spending our money, where can we cut down, because it's one of those things where it's constantly evolving, needs are changing, and so I need to know where our money is going. And so this kind of gives you a format to do that in. You can definitely do it your own way, but this kind of gives you something about, in the last 30 days, how much have you spent in each of these things? And again, you might not fit into some of these, so you might want to make your own spreadsheet and look to see how much are you spending on different categories, and is it really necessary? Where could you cut? Where could you kind of look to see where there's opportunities to do better with your spending? This next section talks about, needs versus wants, basically making sure that you're spending things on essentials, and especially as you're a college student and having to be a little bit more particular with your spending. All right, and this goes some tips on spending less. Again, just other things that every once in a while I like to peruse through here, and it might like ding something in my mind, like, oh, you know what? I should take a look at our spending at, Target, or, I should look and see, I have 5 different streaming services. Can I, cut one out? So just sometimes looking at these things can kind of give you like an aha, like maybe I do need to reevaluate this. If you struggle with a budget, it's easy sometimes to come up with a budget, but then sticking to a budget is a different story. So this kind of talks to you about how can you create and manage a budget, and then what do you do about tracking that income so you know where everything is going, what's coming in and what's going out, how you can really make sure that you're paying attention to those things. So more details are in that section. And again, this is another way to look to see where your money is going on a lot of these different things. So it all goes back to like that tracking and just being aware, like where is your money going, so that you are aware of where it could be saving as well. So again, more budget information. The next section, the financial trouble. Okay, what do you do if you get in financial trouble? Balancing checkbook. If not everyone balances the checkbook, or whatever system you use. Hopefully you use some kind of system. This section talks about saving, the importance of saving and paying yourself first. Finally, as we get close to the end here, credit cards. So making sure that you are building credit, but doing so in a wise fashion. You're not taking out credit cards beyond your limit. You're not overusing. You're paying the minimum, if not more than the minimum, on your payments. So again, based on where you are in your life, you may or may not need this section as much, but just reminding yourself again of these little things that you want to pay attention to, the smart ways to build credit, the smart ways to take out credit cards, the smart ways to check your credit history. So this is going to go into all of those kind of bits and pieces of information, the credit reports and credit history. And that's one of the most important things, is just being aware, knowing what your credit score is, knowing your credit history as it relates to all of this. And so this is going to talk to you about the tools and how to read those and understand that. If you go, I don't know why I'm just going to go to Google. I know I just searched Google, but anyway, oh my goodness, we're going to try that again. My computer sometimes will put up Yahoo as my search engine, which I do not like. It's a preference. Anyway, if you go to free credit estimator in your Google search, it is usually the first one after all the ads, like free FICO score estimator. So if you click on that, you do not have to enter any personal information. There are 10 questions. You're not putting your social in. You're not even putting your name. You're just simply asking or answering the questions. So I'm just going to randomly click on things. Okay. Like I am not really paying attention to this. Obviously, when you do it, you want to pay attention and answer the questions truthfully. Okay, so here is just an example. When you go through there, it'll give you like an estimated credit score, and so that you can understand, it'll tell you like here's a little key, and so that's important to know if you don't know. So that's a nice like quick free little way to get in there and kind of know your estimated credit score. And then this is going to talk to you about all those ways, again, how to help your credit score, how to protect yourself when you are using credit. Finally, as we get in this last section, financing college and looking ahead, hopefully, obviously a lot of you, this is your first college semester. You might be CCP, so you don't have to worry about it quite yet, but you want to know all these different lingos as it comes to paying for college. You want to know the difference between different kinds of loans and scholarships and grants and what each of those things are. So this kind of breaks down a few pieces of information there. Most of you have probably already gone through this process, the FAFSA form, the importance of doing that. You have to do that every year. It's not just a one and done thing. You have to do that every single year. You also, if you can, want to look for scholarship and grant opportunities as much as possible. So I'm going to show you real quickly over here on the Stark State homepage. I'm going to go under admissions, and then I'm going to go under paying for college. I'm going to click on scholarships. There are often times where money is literally just sitting at the college waiting for students to apply. And so I always like to show my students where this information is. So you can get a scholarship list, which will tell you all the different scholarships and some deadlines, which there's a deadline coming up soon, but I'm recording it right now before July, so most of you probably will not be seeing this before this deadline. So keep these deadlines in mind though for next year. So here's a whole list of scholarships. Here's featured scholarships. You can do the drop down to learn a little bit more about them. Degree related scholarships, so if you're like an engineering student. And then down here are some scholarships specific for different kind of categories of people, if you're a vet, if you're a parent. So many scholarships. And again, sometimes they're literally just waiting for people to apply. And you can just click right here, scholarship application. Often for many of these, this is the application right here, guys. This is it. Look how quick this is. And submit it. And it's going to see which ones you are qualified for. Now, outside or external scholarships, when you click on that, these are the ones that might have you, writing a particular, like an essay. But even if you write an essay and it takes you 2 hours and you get $500, I mean, $250 an hour is not too bad. So I would always recommend students to just take the time, fill out the applications, write the essays. The Writing Center is here to help. You could always use the Writing Center for your scholarship essays as well. But I just want you to check this out. Just be aware that this is here and use it to your advantage. Okay, so this section goes again into more information about how to finance your education and kind of being smart about your financial path with your college career. All right, so that is the content for chapter 11. And so now we're going to go in and we have 2 assignments for this week. So we're going to get into the assignment folder. Here's the first one, and this relates directly to what we just got done talking about, the basics of money management. Okay, so there is a PDF that will walk you through the directions on how to do this. So you can certainly use that PDF. I am going to go ahead and there is a video you can watch as well.
With MailChimp's recommendation smart,
of course, there's an ad.
Insights on what people are more likely to buy next. To help.
Sorry about that. And it is purposely no sound. There's no sound here, so don't think you're going crazy if you can't hear it. But this video also walks you through how to access this assignment. I'm also going to show you real quickly here. So the basics of money management assignment, it is done on an outside website. So you're going to click right here under Ohio Means Jobs. I'm going to click on that. And you're going to see it's going to bring you to this page. It looks right here. And I'm going to scroll down just a little bit and I'm going to click on Basics of Money Management. Once I click on that, it is going to open up very slowly, apparently, to this next page where I'm going to click on something else to get me to my actual work here. Here we go. I'm going to click on the Basics of Money Management again. All right, now it's going to take me to that where I'm going to get my information, help me complete my assignment. So you can see the Unit 1, this is all Basics of Money Management. Unit 1, Intro to Money Management. You can see that there are 4 lessons. So in each one, again, these are, and they're pretty quick. They're not terribly long. So as you click through, you can see, read a little bit, go through the lessons. There's a summary so that you know exactly kind of a recap. When you are done, you're going to take the post-test. Okay, so you're going to take a post-test once you're ready to go on your Basics of Money Management information that you just got done learning. And there are, as you scroll down, you can see there are 5 questions here, but then make sure you click on next so that you get the other set of questions. There are 10 questions total. When you're all done answering all 10 questions, you're going to want to click score your test, and it's going to score your test, and you're going to have like a little thing pop up, and you're going to put your name in there. You're going to download a certificate. And again, all of this is in your PDF here too. It's like it shows you like how to walk through. Once you're all done, you'll hit score. This will pop up. You'll put your name. It's going to give you the certificate with your name. And this, you're going to save it. This is what you're going to upload back in Blackboard. So after you do all that work in Ohio Means Jobs, you get your certificate. You'll click inside here and you'll upload your certificate. So you're going to upload your Basics of Money Management certificate, and it's going to look like this. That's what you're going to submit for me to be able to grade. Okay? And that is due by Sunday. So that's the Basics of Money Management. So use my video to help. You can use this link to this video. You can use these PDF instructions, all to help you make sure you know how to navigate and what you're doing for that assignment. The second thing you are doing is your Chapter 11 assignment. And I know Chapter 11 was about money management. Chapter 11 assignment is about a resume. So it's not 100% like right on the money management. But if you think about it, again, you're here. You're paying to be here, and then you eventually want to get into your career. So you need a resume to do so. So you are going to be doing one of 2 things, okay? First, if you have a resume, okay, if you have a resume, you can just upload your resume in this Dropbox area and address these questions based on your current resume. So if you have a resume already completed, look at these questions and look to see, like, okay, do I have all these things on my resume? If not, in the submission area, once you upload, in the submission area, you can tell me, I still need to ... on my resume. And then how can you build your resume? So just address these 2 questions. Again, if you have a resume, you can upload it and then just kind of talk to me about how you can improve it. What needs done, what needs updated, what needs added, what needs to be strengthened on your current resume. If you do not have a current resume, you do not have to create one. Okay? What you're going to do is just answer these 2 questions. Make a list of 5 experiences, 5 qualifications, and 3 references that you will put on a future resume. You don't have to put specific names for your references, like maybe just a former employer, a current teacher. So that's the first thing you're going to do. The second thing you're going to do is, what kind of job, internship, or other experience could you have now that will strengthen your resume? So what kind of things could you do now that's going to strengthen your resume? So again, if you do not have a resume, you can just answer these 2 questions. If you do have a resume, you can upload it and then maybe just address anything that might be missing or what you can do to expand or strengthen that resume. Okay, so this is also due by Sunday. Completing both of these assignments will get you full week 5 attendance. All right, so real quick recap. This week we're in Chapter 5. Chapter 11 is our week 5, Chapter 11. You want to make sure you look over the Chapter 11 materials and the Basics of Money Management. These are your 2 assignments. Basics of Money Management, which is done in the Ohio Means Jobs website, and your Chapter 11 assignment, which deals with that resume. Both of those submitted by Sunday will get you 100% attendance. If you need anything, have any questions, let me know. Have a great week. Bye.